Alright guys, Gemini back with another video, and in this video today I'm going to be talking about 10 reasons why I've never been a fan of independent wrestling. Now, before you get psycho, before you get mental with me and start smashing the shit out of the dislike button, I'm just asking you to listen to me and understand where I'm coming from in regards to indie wrestling, and maybe it'll kind of clarify. So, not a troll video, not an upset you video, just a reality video on why I've never got into the independent scene, feeling like I have a right to defend myself on why I'm not into the independent scene. It's about 103 degrees here, so I'm drinking a shitload of water. Okay, one reason why, the first reason why I'm not into the independent scene is I never grew up with it. I never went to any independent shows. All the shows I went to as a kid were WWE or WWF at the time. So I just pretty much just followed WWF and WTBS, Superstation, WCW, NWA. And that was the only promotions I had exposure to as a kid. So instantly you connect as a fan of those promotions, and you don't know much about the independent scenes. One reason why I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of the independent promotions is it's really hard to keep up with. Let's face facts, it's a really busy life. So just to watch Raw on Mondays and a pay-per-view, and occasional special once in a while, it's kind of all I really have time for, working as much as I do. I mean, I'm working 6-7 nights a week. It's tough, and I'm running this YouTube account full time. I mean, I guess I could go downstairs right now and, research a little bit. It's hard to find the time. Number 3, I always had my favorites when it came to wrestling, and my favorites were, Ric Flair and Great Muta, Sting, Vader, Rick Rude, Ultimate Warrior, Hulk Hogan, Randy Savage, just pretty much just guys in WWF and WCW, and I just stuck with them. Number 4, I always felt a certain loyalty to WWE and WCW. I always felt like I should be loyal to those companies and not really vary my interest towards other wrestling companies. I always felt my loyalty was right with WWF, WWE, and WCW, and I'm going to stay right there and be loyal to those companies. I guess it would be equivalent to cheering for a favorite baseball team, and you don't want to cheer for any other teams. Those were the two teams I cheered for in wrestling, and I really didn't venture anywhere else. Number 5, reason why I don't think I'm necessarily into the independent scene. I always enjoyed the other side of wrestling as opposed to just the matches. The matches were great when they were really good and fun, but I always enjoyed the side of wrestling where there was backstage stuff and storylines and different stuff happening than just, match after match after match. It was never my thing. I like watching a good match and then seeing a good story and storylines and angles. That was kind of the appeal behind wrestling for me. Okay, one of the reasons why I never attended an independent show through all these years, I really work hard for my money, and I wasn't sure if I was going to get a good value for my dollar if I went to anything that wasn't a WWE or a WCW show. So I didn't really want to put my money forward on anything that wasn't WWF or WCW. Number 7, I grew up in an era where Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant were the two biggest stars in wrestling, and I kind of just stuck with what WWF was doing back in the day with Hulk and Andre, and that was just kind of my thing, more mainstream appeal as opposed to the independent scene. Excuse me, I think I'm gonna sneeze. Number 8. Excuse me. Sorry. Number 8, I always enjoyed the big spot. What really got me excited as a wrestling fan was who's going to be in the last match of WrestleMania, And so it's like, for instance, when I was in Dallas this past year for WrestleMania, everyone was talking about, Nakamura and NXT. I was thinking more about Shane and The Undertaker. That was kind of like my reason for being there, because I knew Shane was going to come off the top, and I had called it. Everyone there was on the independent side and excited about the NXT guys and whatnot. I was more excited about the mainstream main event, which appeals to me more. And then number 9, like I said, I just kind of just get bored just with just matches. I like other things that come along with wrestling, the entertainment value, that comes along with it. And so when it's just matches over and over again, it just gets repetitive to me, and I get a tad bit bored. And then number 10, I just lack of knowledge of it. Just not really understanding what the independent scene is all about, or really just getting into it. So, like I said, I'm sure this video will get absolutely hammered with dislikes and hate, even though I said nothing bad. Welcome to YouTube. Anyways, that's 10 reasons why I've never got into the independent wrestling. So, take it or leave it. Gemini, thank you.